Welcome back to Apex Sci-Fi. Most people think space is empty. They think a dogfight is just two ships chasing each other in a straight line. But in the Shatter-Belt, space is a crowded, violent mess of rock and iron. The asteroids here are not stable. They are constantly crashing into one another, creating a grinding storm of debris that can shred a ship in seconds. This is the home of Baron Drax. Drax is a pirate, but he is also an artist of the cockpit. He flies a custom red interceptor called the Crimson Talon. He does not care about the cargo. He cares about the sport. He has a standing challenge to any pilot in the sector. If you can cross the Shatter-Belt while he is hunting you, you keep your life and your cargo. If you fail, you become part of the debris. Drax has never lost a duel. Voss enters the Shatter-Belt with a cargo hold full of refined isotope 7. It is highly explosive and highly valuable. One stray shot or one bad bump against an asteroid, and the Revenant star becomes a fireball. Voss sits deep in his pilot seat. He has adjusted the pressure of his flight suit to the maximum. He knows what is coming. In the Shatter-Belt, you do not win with lasers. You win by surviving the G-force. The orange data on his visor begins to flicker. A red shadow appears on his long-range scanner. Drax is here. I hope you brought your best hands, Drift. A voice echoes over the comms. It is Drax and he sounds bored. Most pilots die in the first 3 minutes. Let us see if you can make it to 4. The Crimson Talon screams out from behind a massive spinning rock. It fires a burst of red energy bolts. Voss does not fire back. He does not have the power to spare. He yanks the yoke to the right and hammers the thrusters. The G-force hits him instantly. Feels like a giant is standing on his chest. His visor displays the numbers. 8 GS, 10 GS. The blood starts to drain from his head. His vision begins to narrow, turning gray at the edges. Voss does not pull back. He pushes harder. He dives the Revenant star into the heart of a cluster of small, tumbling rocks. He is moving so fast the rocks look like a solid wall. He uses the lateral thrusters to kick the ship sideways, sliding through gaps that are only a few meters wider than his wings. Drax is right behind him. The Crimson Talon is a masterpiece of engineering. It follows every move Voss makes. Drax is laughing over the radio. Is that all you have? Drax mocks. I can do this in my sleep. Voss stays silent. He is focusing on his breathing. Short, sharp gasps. He is fighting to stay conscious. He checks the cargo sensors. The isotope 7 is rattling in the hold. He needs to end this before the cargo goes critical. He sees his chance. 2 massive asteroids, each the size of a city, are drifting toward each other. In 10 seconds they will collide and create a massive shockwave of dust and stone. Voss aims the Revenant star directly at the gap between the 2 giants. You are going to kill us both. Drax screams, his voice finally showing a hint of fear. Voss does not slow down. He pushes the throttle to the stop. 12 GS, 15 GS. His ribs feel like they are about to snap. His visor is flashing a blackout warning. He can barely see the orange lines of his flight data. He is not just flying now. He is drifting. At the very last second, Voss fires the nose thrusters and yanks the manual emergency brake. The Revenant star spins like a top, its nose pointing back the way it came. He fires the main engines for a split second, using the massive thrust to pivot the ship around the corner of the asteroid. He clears the gap. Drax tries to follow, but he is too late. The 2 asteroids collide with a soundless, bone-shaking impact. A wall of debris erupts, filling the gap with millions of tons of stone. Drax has to pull a violent 18G turn to avoid being crushed. The stress is too much for his ship. The Crimson Talon's left wing shears off, and the pirate interceptor spins away, crippled but alive. Voss does not look back. He punches the drift drive and skips through the last of the belt. He clears the Shatter-Belt and enters the calm of open space. The orange data on his visor returns to normal. The pressure in his suit relaxes. He takes a long, deep breath. The radio crackles. It is Drax. There is no laughter now. Only respect. No one has ever done that, Drax says. No one. You are a ghost, Voss. A goddamn ghost. Voss does not reply. He checks his cargo. The isotope 7 is stable. He sets a course for the delivery point. In the pilot bars, the story of the high-G duel will spread like wildfire. They will talk about the man who broke Baron Drax. Voss does not care about the fame. He just wants a cold drink and a quiet place to sit. But as he looks at the stars, he knows there is no such thing as a quiet place for a man who lives in the drift. This has been Apex Sci-Fi. If you don't feel the weight, you aren't moving fast enough. If you enjoyed this high-speed dogfight, hit that like button. Comment below. What is the most intense moment you have ever had behind a wheel? Subscribe for the next delivery, the frozen asset. The Revenant star is back in the black. The GS are falling.